Hello friends, welcome back to English Queen. Today we are going to continue part 2, chapter 1 of Kalkiyin Ponniyin Chelvan. Are you ready? Let's go. The Prince of Vallam stood there for a while enjoying these happy sights. He also heard the woman singing. The songs were about boating, floods in Kaveri, songs that go with a form of folk dance called Kummi, and rhythmic songs which went under the Sindhu genre. The lyrics invited the young maidens to see the water flowing in Vadavaru, Vellaru, and Kaveri, the principal rivers in the region. Some women sang about the valor and fame of the Chola kings. They sang about the Vijayalaya Cholan who fought 32 battles in his lifetime and wore 96 battle wounds on his body as if they were jewels. A woman sang about the valor of his son Aditya Cholan. She also sang about his noble act of building of temples for Lord Shiva along the path of river Kaveri right from the place of its birth in Kudagu Hills till it reached its home, the Bay of Bengal. Aditya Cholan's son Paratanga Cholan conquered the Pandyas, the Pallavas, and the Cheras and sent his army as far as Sri Lanka and hoisted the Chola flag in the island country. Whenever a woman sang, a lot of people gathered around her and expressed their happiness by shouting at the mention of the name of their favorite Chola kings. Vandiyathevan, our hero, had not yet dismounted from his steed. He let the horse walk slowly while indulging in the wholesome entertainment. Hi, young man. Looks like you have come from a far off country. You look very tired. Why don't you get down from the horse and have some food? Vandiyathevan looked at the old lady who had spoken to him with affection. A number of young ladies saw the young warrior for the first time. They were commenting about the hero's handsome face and his muscular body. They were talking among themselves and jiggling, pointing their hands now and then towards the Prince of Vallam. Vandiyathevan felt very shy and very happy at the same time. He was tempted to accept the old woman's offer of food. But if he did that, the young girls were sure to tease him. So what? Thought the handsome prince. It was almost impossible to see so many beautiful ladies at one place. Even if they made fun of him, even if they laughed at him, they would be nothing but sweet music to his young ears. To the lowland eyes of the young man, each girl standing there looks like a celestial beauty. But what he saw in the distance in the Vadavari river made him a little hesitant about the food offer. He saw 7 or 8 large boats fully laden with white mass. From a distance, it seemed as if a group of large swans were gracefully floating in water. The boats took advantage of the favorable winds and were fast approaching the banks of the river. Now, the attention of all the people was on those beautiful boats. One of the boats was faster than the rest. It reached the northern shores of the lake first. There were many soldiers in the boat, all armed with shining spears. The soldiers were huge, muscular, and in fighting fitness. As the boat came near the bank, some of them jumped on the shore and started chasing the people. Go away! Move! Move! I say go away! The soldiers exhibited their authority. The people readily obliged by clearing the vessels and other things and creating a way for the VVIP who was to come a little later. Vandiyathevan was a little confused. Who are these soldiers? Who is coming in these large boats with shining white masks? Where are these people coming from? Are they from royal family? He approached an old man who was struggling to balance himself with the help of a stick. Sir, who are these warriors? Who owns these beautiful boats? Why are these warriors driving the people away? And why should the people move away in a hurry? Can you see the flag that is flying in the large boat in the center? I can, sir. I see a palm tree in the flag. Yes, palm tree it is. Don't you know the palm tree is the banner of Paluvettarayar? Oh my God! Do you mean to say that the great Paluvettarayar himself is coming here? There was fear as well as reverence in Vandiyathevan's voice. Looks like that. Who else can come under that banner? Vandiyathevan's eyes widened in surprise. He had heard a lot of stories about Paluvettarayar. Living in Tamil Nadu, it was very difficult not to hear about the great Paluvettarayar family. The names of the Paluvettarayar brothers, reverentially known as the senior Paluvettarayar and the junior Paluvettarayar, were famous throughout the length and breadth of the Chola kingdom, from Kalinga in the north to Sri Lanka in the south. Their capital, Paluvur, was on the northern bank of Kalarun river near the famous town of Urayur. Paluvettarayars were popular even since the time of Vijayalaya Chola. They were considered at par with the Chola kings and had forged many matrimonial alliances with the Cholas in the past generations. They were the most favored amongst all the small fiefdoms that constituted the Chola kingdom. They enjoyed a lot privileges. The chief among them was the right to sport their own palm tree banner, whilst the Cholas were distinguished by their tiger flag. The senior Paluvettarayar had fought 24 battles on behalf of the Cholas. In these heydays, there was no one equal to his strength and valor in the entire kingdom. And now, in his 50s, he was occupying many key posts in the kingdom. He held the portfolios of finance and agriculture. As agriculture was the occupation of the majority of the people, he wielded formidable power. He was the chancellor of exchequer in a monarchical setup. He could levy tax on any person or fiefdom at his speed, will, and pleasure. He could, for example, call a king under the Chola's rule and demand any amount as tax for the current year. And if the king refused to pay, he had the right to use force to collect the tax. The senior Palvetarayar was the most powerful person in the kingdom, second only to the reigning king, Emperor Sundara Cholar. My dear friends, I'll continue part 3, chapter 1 in the next video. Thank you so much for listening all these part 2. See you soon. Thank you.